I want everybody to put W's in the chat. Tonight is an interesting doubleheader. Tonight, we are going to see where it started and see where it ended up. And by that, I mean we are opening up tonight with the white tape from Phish. This is not where I started. I started at Rift, in case you didn't know, and I started after that from Junta, worked all the way up. Now, this day, we have just 2 studio albums to check out. The white tape, followed by Evolve. Now, I feel like we are going to see kind of a stark adjustment, to say the least, or at bare minimum, see, again, the rookie card and see, whatever you want to call the guys in their prime card, I don't know, or the wise guys, I don't know, like the sage version of the kids, I don't, however you want to say it, we're hopping into the beginning and then into the most recent. I'm not going to say the end because God knows that they're not done yet. And as I'm looking at this, I've actually heard quite a few of these. Let's see, I have heard You Enjoy Myself, of course, but it's 55 seconds, so perhaps I've not. AC/DC Bag, I've heard. I've heard The Divided Sky. I've heard Slave to the Traffic Light. And Run Like an Antelope. Now, I'm almost certain I've not heard these versions of them, obviously, but it feels pretty cool to know that, like, the bookend right now, the bookends of Phish, like the beginning and the most recent, it kind of encapsulates something that I'm already familiar with. Now, this is a music discovery stream, so I would like everybody in the chat, let me know, have you heard this album before? Or and we have a lot of Phish fans in the chat right now, so especially the fans, I'm in PH fans, I'm interested, have you listened to the white tape before? In case you didn't know, Phish is a live band. I say that because everybody listens to their live music and very rarely visits the studio album catalog. So I am one of those weirdos that enjoys that. And after this, I get to jump into a heck of a lot of live Phish. So I'm pretty juiced about this. It seems like even the fanhood with PH has. A lot of them haven't heard this yet. You heard it. It's when Phish was more art rock than... Okay, yeah, heard it. It's when... Okay, so it's more art rock than jam. Pretty excited about this. So, guys, I guess I'm going to do the thing and hit the play button. As always, let me know again in the chat, have you heard the album or not? Before I hit the play button, it's very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I would love to hear from you, or join us on Twitch. These people over here are the best people. Come hang out with us. Come discover music with us. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, and I know I speak for all of us when I say we would love to have you by. And honestly, it's hilarious because I've covered both Phish and Ween pretty extensively. It's very rare that I have Phish fans saying Ween fans are going to enjoy something, so I'm kind of interested. It looks like this came out January 1st of 1986. Now, where were the guys? How old are our fearless heroes in this time period? I thought this album was okay, but I would never return to it because Junta really is just an upgraded version. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, Junta is fantastic. So we're still in Burlington at this time, right? Like, we're in Burlington in the midst of this. So we're all senior year of college, junior senior year of college, somewhere in there, early 20s. Okay, so yeah, originally self-released, guys. Without further ado, let's check this out. Between 20 and 22. The white tape. Jumping on in. Here we go. Also, context crew, do let me know if you have context. What guitar is Trey playing at this time? What's the gear like? I'm definitely interested. Also, if there aren't lyrics, I guess provide them. Give me as much context as you can. You did make it just in time.
and I had those walking blues. I wasn't walking nowhere because I didn't have no legs.
Wasn't walking nowhere because I didn't have no legs. That would be the walking blues.
But I'm alright. He's alright. 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 I'm alright now. Because I got a degree.
Now I understand why you guys are like, "'Cause I got a degree" in the chat. That makes a lot more sense. Honestly, not at all what I thought it was going to sound like. It's not nearly as brown as I thought. They're definitely doing the harmonies thing. It sounds like they're children. It really sounds like they're children. And I know that's funny to say, but you can hear that their voices have aged. Garabato, I mean, I don't know if you're being serious or not. Is that a joke? Are you joking? I'm enjoying it. Bluesy fun. I was literally going to say, this sounds like early Jerry tones. Like, it feels like it's Trey playing guitar for sure, but it feels like he's definitely playing Jerry Garcia's, playbook. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the bluesy jams, reminds me a little bit of, what is that? Viola Lee Blues, maybe?
Yesterday morning, my old lady threw me out into the cold, cold street. Yesterday morning, my old lady, she threw me out into the cold, cold street. I had no hat on my head and no shoes on my head.
Boom.
But I'm alright.
How did they record this? Do you have any context of how they laid this down? I'm guessing this is like a 4 or an 8 track, but where are they doing this? Are they doing this in a studio or an apartment? What's the miking situation like? I've got no this sounds super obviously you can't really mix it that well, right?
Yesterday morning, my old lady, she threw me out.
I mean, you can, but I'm impressed with the drum sound for 4 tracks.
I had no hat on my head and no shoes on my head. But I'm alright. It's alright. 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 You know I'm alright now. It's alright. I'm alright now. It's alright. I'm alright now. Because I got a degree.
D's for degrees, guys. Throw the D's in the chat. Okay, Paige. I want you to pay attention to something. This is how I know it's a 4-track, because I can hear Trey moving with his guitar. And when you listen for this, the stereo spectrum shouldn't really be bouncing around the way it is, right? You can hear his guitar sounds go from the left ear to the right ear, and I think it's because our guy is swaying. I think he's playing and swaying. Now, no, maybe that wouldn't necessarily make sense because the amp is stationary. So it does make sense because he's bouncing back and forth of it, right? His his body is passing in front of the amplifier, so it's doing something like this. If I listen to his guitar sound.
Because I got a degree.
This is brown. I almost want to dunk on him for the board fade, but then it didn't board fade. Yes, I've never heard F your face. Never. This sounds like, anybody watch Rick and Morty? This sounds like people music from like Jerry, Jerry's favorite music that he discovers when it sounds like people music. Did they capture outside sound? They made a concept album. They've made that transition. I'm kind of laughing about that. Like, what a goofy thing to go from like the end of that to just, you know what? Let's make the dink dinks go into the next one. And so to bed. Yo, thank you, Garabato. Well, dude, welcome. You're gonna love Phish, dude. I really like that they got us like, it's funny because now that I've been to Burlington, my brain has this set in Burlington, and I feel like I'm hearing Burlington crickets and cars in Burlington driving in Burlington. Dad eye. We gonna do an accident? Anybody remember that? That was a fun moment. That definitely threw me off. How did they capture that sound? Okay. Kind of an upside down break. Ding. What is that sound? That's an interesting guitar sound. Sounds a little bit like Fleetwood Mackie. Well, Jimmy Pagey too. I was gonna say, what is the song? I was literally jamming, playing 10 Years Gone before I got, I literally was playing 10 Years Gone on the guitar with the track 10 Years Gone, but it's not that song. Your time is gonna come. a little brighter than Going to California, a little janglier. It's absolutely reminding me of more Lindsey Buckingham than Jimmy Page, though. I'm loving this track, though. I love that. Smoke my... Okay, I could kind of see it now that you typed the lyrics. Only in some parts, but you're not wrong. I'm kind of enjoying the vibe. It's crazy to me to think that this is like on Phish's earliest recordings. But I could see this being transitionary piece for them. Chat, if you saw Phish live, what was the earliest you saw Phish? I'm trying to connect how many people might have seen somewhere in this era of our guys. I would agree with you, Uncle Bert. 2025. Uncle Bert, go see them. You have to do it. You have to do it. Go see them immediately. You're going to love every moment of it, and all of the people are going to make you feel like an actual zillion dollars. You're going to bump into people, and you're going to apologize, and they're going to be like, hey, don't be sorry. It's okay. And you're going to keep going on your merry way. It's the best friggin' time. Go see them and tell people it's your first show. Oh, Uncle Bert, you gotta go, dude. You gotta go. King, you gotta go. Guys, I cannot wait to hear a 55-second yem. I feel like we're about to watch Uffizi drive me to Firenze. This is the brownest I've ever heard Phish ever. And for a song to be named You Enjoy Myself, you guys remember when I used to call it YEMSG? You guys remember when I used to do that and now I know it's YEMSG? Like, this is before they were calling it Yem, right? Like, this is the vocal jam, but I'm hearing like So that's Yum, huh? I'm so blown away to know that one of the biggest songs, like a quintessential experience of Phish, it starts there. It starts there. One of the brownest things I've ever heard them do. It definitely has like an Ewok thing to it, like, you know, which again adds validity to the fact that we heard like Yup Nub played within a song, right? But golly goodness, yeah, we don't have the trampolines, we don't have Uffizi, you know, we like. And AC/DC Bag, another one. Where's the other 18 minutes? Yeah, where are the trampolines? AC/DC Bag, another quintessential mega banger of Phish. I'm really excited to hear this one. Like, this way. Still has that vibe. Is anybody else impressed as hell that this was on a 4-track?
Mr. Palmer is concerned with $1,000 question. Just like Roger, he's a crazy little kid. I've got the time if you got the inclination. So cheer up, Palmer, you'll soon be dead. The noose is hanging, at least he won't die wondering. Sit up and take notice, tell it like it is. If I were near you, I wouldn't be far from you. I got a feeling you know what you did. Dancing bang.
That's entirely. It's totally different. It's totally different. Also, I don't know that I it's interesting because when I first started my Phish journey, I hadn't delved into Zappa. Now that I've delved into Zappa and going back in time, it is kind of Zappa-y, at least in this take. And maybe it's the way Trey's delivering it. I don't know.
I wouldn't be far from you. I got a feeling you know what you did. Dancing bang.
I love this song at Hollywood Bowl.
Dancing bang. Dancing bang. Dancing bang.
They do a jazzier thing to it.
Dancing bang. Dancing bang. Dancing bang. Dancing bang. Time to put your money where your mouth is.
Trivia for you. The chords to the chorus are A, C, D, C, F, A, G. Really? So they really play
Put 'em in a
AC/DC?
field and let 'em fight it out. I'm running so fast, my feet don't touch the ground. I'm a stranger here, I'm going down. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get the show on the road. I'll show you mine if you show me yours. I'm breathing hard, open the door. Dancing bag.
They've even got their goofy little...
Dancing bag. Dancing bag. Dancing bag. Dancing bag.
Like, they've even got their little pizzazz to the way they sing it. I'm kind of impressed. Like, it, again, a 4-track, dude. A 4-track did this. It's mind-blowing to me. And when you hear kind of the silliness behind them, I feel like they absolutely took themselves seriously, but wanted it to sound like they were having fun as they took themselves seriously. And I really think that they captured that vibe.
Oh, AC/DC bag. AC/DC bag. DC bag.
It can't be. It's just not often
Brain dead.
comfortable. Ooh, hang on, I want to start.
Dead. Goodbye.
It's hard to accomplish.
Brain dead and made of money. No future at all. Pull down the blinds and run for cover. No future at all. Who would have thought it? Well, that's where I am. No future at all. Don't sweat it.
I'm really digging this one.
Whoa, carry me down.
Yes! They really let it kind of fade out into a brown town there. I gotta say, the way that you hear all of this, it really does sound like, I don't know another way to say it. This absolutely walks so everything else could run. It absolutely walks so everything else could run. And it's like you could hear each of the guys. It's definitely them. Like, you can hear that these are the skills that, these are the seeds that blossom into the trees that we all know and love. But like, where you hear how impressive they are versus how impressive we know they become, it's amazing. And it's like, yeah, they're definitely like, I don't know if it was just a cool thing to do to kind of have a brown thing. So look, I want everybody to put W's in the chat for Elizabeth and Jason. And I say this because I interviewed the most kind couple, Elizabeth and Jason, for my my little rockumentary thing, the thing about Phish. And she told a very fun story about that because she was saying, they were on like a Hollywood tour, and they were like, who do you want to see? And she says Trey Anastasio, and the tour bus is like, yeah, I got no clue. Well, serendipitously, they end up next to Trey's tour bus, and they roll their window down. They're just screaming at the top of their lungs. Apparently, T-Bone himself lowers the window and starts being like, ah, and they scream at him, and Elizabeth just says like, hey, you've changed my life, totally fangirls over him, and says, play Fuck Your Face. And apparently, T-Bone did it that night. The boys knocked it out of the park. This is the song that she requested Trey to do outside of, tour, window to window, and they did it. So W's for Elizabeth and Jason, but also W's for Trey, who I guess pulled this out of the bag. It was an awesome story. So I this is my first face fucking, I get, and I'm not normally one to use the F word, so you guys got that out of me. Face cussing, yep.
I went down to the guitar store and I bought myself some things. Then I went home to fix this guitar to see if it could sing. When I got done, I plugged it in, but it made no sound at all. So I was getting pretty pissed and I plugged it into the wall.
Not at all. How I anticipated it to sound. It turns out really brown riffy. Like this is a. It's so weird to me to hear brown Phish. Does this make sense?
I went home to fix this guitar to see if it could sing. When I got done, I plugged it in, but it made no sound at all. So I was getting pretty
Is it two different takes of Mike? Am I hearing Mike twice, or am I hearing two guys talking?
done. I plugged it in, but it made no sound at all. So I was getting pretty pissed.
Everything is
and
fine.
I
Double mic,
plugged
got
into
it.
the wall.
The guitar too.
Guess it's not a singing type, it would rather yell and spit. But if you don't think you like this guitar, you're really asking for shit. Cause when I get mad, I get red, and then I start to steam. This guitar's gonna fuck your face, cause it knows how to scream.
I'm really
I'm Bill. I was the one who did the cover art for the Stones' Sucking in the 70s LP.
Do they do that live? I hope they do. What?
How to scream.
You get this whole Browntown thing. Last played my mom's birthday of 20 and 24.
Hi, I'm Bill. I was the one who did the cover art for the Stones' Sucking in the 70s LP.
I liked that. It was not at all. I think that they never revisit this on an album, right? Like this, obviously they don't. So this is only in like the live catalog. How much does that evolve? How much did LOL pun not intended in this context? How much did F Your Face change in the course of time? This is played once in 1987 and then shelved until 2010. Whoa, really? Okay. Wow, that's interesting. That is not at all what I'd expected. It's somehow definitely so believable that is Mike in the 80s. Like, I absolutely believe that guy who wrote all of those silly lyrics and the fun songs that I'm like the guy that sings Way. It makes sense, right? Like, I get it. I also, it makes sense that it starts here. It's kind of cool. I'm really like, that's not one. Yeah. Okay. I believe also that Trey playing it on guitar makes it 100 times better, because if everything was done by the mic, I get how adding the rest of the band helps. But I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Mike immediately, right off the bangle, just shows the world that he's full of piss, vinegar, and chutzpah. You know what I mean? Without question. Guys, I'm going to run an ad break. We're going to come back and, do it again. Be right back. Interesting subtext before we get back into this. I'm actually wearing a Vermont Flannel Company flannel. So, shout out to the Vermont. I did verify it is a place that actually exists. It's real. I was there. I bought a flannel and a shirt that says Vermont there. You guys like dicks? Like fish dicks? Huh, yeah. Anyways, guys, Here we go. Let's get back to it, shall we? W's for dicks, you know? Divided Sky. This definitely is like a minute and 18 seconds? Divided Sky is a minute and 18 seconds? It's somehow both like really, really, really jangly and warm and welcoming, and like it is like the intro that we know it to be. But then it's also somehow very distinctly brown, and like it's like really polished brown, right? Like it's like if you polished a turd. But I can't not hear the chant in my head. So you can hear he layered his voice in a couple of ways, because you've got Trey's divided sky, the wind blows high. And then you've got like divided sky, the wind blows high. Listen. It even goes pew, like left to right ear. I like that you hear those layers so early on. This is about the rhombus, right? I'm going to have to ask Tom Marshall about that one. I was talking to him about, I forgot about that. Gotta show Walter. Yeah, apparently you do. He and I had a pretty just off street, like off the interview, a pretty decent talk about the rhombus in general. So I'm kind of interested to just revisit that idea, or at least ask him a question about it. Another mega banger. Somebody in this chat's favorite song is Slave. Whose is it? Really? I knew it was there. W's for Red Dank Star. Wow. Man, how far this song traveled a distance for sure. Talk about walking before you can run. Still get the harmonics. Reminds me minimally of like Sublime or somehow Jane's Addiction. And you know, dunk on me if you need to for saying that, but also try really hard to recognize the vibe so I don't sound like a dink when I say that. Of all of the sound, other than I gotta say, I'm really impressed with the space that they captured. Like the room sound, they actually have a really good sound for the drum. Like the drum sound in the room is really good. I'm kind of a dork, and I think it comes from my indie rock roots, right? Like liking a lot of my favorite like bands as a teenager. Like when I was finally not just listening to Christian specific music, a lot of the like Death Cab, the Decemberists, like you know, the Shins, you can find them playing in like their houses, like when they were younger and putting their demos together. And drum sounds, I think, are very interesting because you know every room that you mic up a drum in is going to sound minimally different, right? And so the sound that you capture in these kinds of contexts, it's there's a lot of character to them. And hearing the way that this drum sounds on the 4-track, even though it's like kind of got a goofy mix, are there death caps for ugly people too? Oh, of course. There's death caps for everybody. Traffic light won't let me through. How did they get the delay on the voice? Proto Jam, Phish. Wow. If it were faster and more aggressive, yeah. Interestingly enough, this is one of the rockinest slaves I think I've heard. I've heard a couple of slaves now, right? Like, and this is kind of distinctly more rock and roll and less jam band, but still really cool. It kind of makes you wonder where Phish might have gone had they gone a more a Neil. I don't know. It kind of makes me wonder where what might have been had they not ended up jamming, right? Like if they would have just tried to make rock and roll, like certainly Trey has proven himself to be. They could have been any kind of guitar player he wanted to, right? True, and I think that he could have gone a more conventional riff rock oriented way. The way he does it though, and incorporates jam into improv, I think the improvisational nature that dude brings is kind of what makes him a master. I wouldn't say a lot of people are masters at the guitar, right? Like I think because to me, a master has the ability to jump into any scenario and play. It doesn't matter. You're not a one-trick pony. You can just jump in with the band and play to what that band is doing at that time. You know, it's more than just knowing all of your scales, all of your modes, and like having your ear tuned. It's the ability to jump in and literally kind of do anything in any given context. I wouldn't even say that like some of my favorite guitar players are masters. I don't think that they have like a true mastery of the guitar. And I think that guys like, I think Trey does. I think he actually has like a mastery of the guitar. I think a dude like Jimmy Page is really good at the guitar. I think, Jimi Hendrix is a master because he, could jump in and do it, like with any kind of context. And I feel like there are plenty of them, but I think that the actual masters of guitar are kind of the lesser known dudes, because they're not as like commercially accessible, maybe, or like they're focused on a different thing than being the biggest name ever. So again, when you hear like that he does this early stuff, like between the acoustic guitar and kind of the riffing, like solo-y stuff in the back here, but then you hear him literally be able to, on a dime, play any number of things in any kinds of contexts, purely improvisationally. It separates him from just being a great guitar player and being a master. Is he playing a Martin back then, too? There it is. I'm hearing Divided Sky. Has Page ever used Mellotron? You're absolutely correct. I, without question, hear the Over the Hills and Far Away Zeppelin kind of take there. And this one is called Aftermath. Slave really changed over the course of time. Are these self-oscillating like synth sounds or guitar pedal delay twisties? Like, are we turning knobs on a guitar pedal like an analog delay to make it self-oscillate? Didn't see it going that way. happy. It sounds like a Kings of Convenience song to me. The dun 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 dun. But it's not it's truly like Kings of Convenience happened easily 20 years later. And my boss won't be happy. Give me a second. My boss won't be happy. Kings of Convenience. Do me a favor, go listen to the song Homesick by Kings of Convenience, and you're absolutely going to recognize that what I am talking about is complete fact. Listen to the song Homesick by Kings of Convenience. You know what? Here. Reminiscent, not identical, but similar. This is amazing. And to think it started with all that crazy self-oscillating in the beginning. That's actually such an easy copyright case. Ooh. This is fantastic. Ingest. I've not. Obviously, it's another one I don't know. I'm digging the fact that we're getting into like the browner side of the album, but the way Aftermath went with that crazy chaos in the beginning, and then follows it up with just that beautiful folky kind of electric meets acoustic thing. Really nice. More brown. Dang. It's gearing up. I think some of this stuff has to be kind of thrown in more for them just thinking it's fun, right? Like it's got, they're like, you know, it would be really funny if we just throw them off. Like we do a beautiful guitar piece and then we just, like, we just throw them into Brown Town. Were they calling their own sounds brown? I guess nitrous oxide, NO2?
Feeling a little drowsy yet? Oh, there you go. That should put you right out.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody else realize that they're using the phone thing, that like an old phone sound, as like a metronome, like as the rhythm track?
Drowsy yet? Oh, there you go. That should put you right out. Okay, I need you to open up. A little bit wider now.
Okay.
That's it.
How are we getting these squeal noises? Phish still performs this.
Close. Okay, looks pretty good in
Dentist
there.
drill.
Pass me this. Thank you. Don't close. This might hurt just a little bit. Don't bite, don't bite. Okay, I'm taking it out. Don't bite. Don't bite. I know it hurts, but it'll be over soon. Can you feel that?
Okay.
Must be losing me by now. Don't fall asleep on me.
Okay.
Open wide.
This is tense, dude.
That's it. Don't close.
It's definitely an adventure. There's no doubt about it.
Don't fall asleep now. Far gone there.
Okay.
Still in there?
I'm so glad the phone sound is over. It's speeding up and slowing down. I feel like I'm on a Zoloft and an upper.
There we go. There we go. There we go.
I'm not gonna lie. If you go to a, if you go to a, like if you've gone to a like a Phish show, or you've been at Shakedown, or maybe you've just been at a concert where there's people with nitrous, have you noticed that you see people do like the like thing where they like their initial laugh is like like, you know what I mean? It definitely you know what I'm talking about. Not we walked by so many people in LA that were like and it's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. You know, that first laugh right off the balloon is like real bassy.
Almost done. Okay.
But what I'm getting at is this song is the equivalent of that.
How does that feel? Still pretty out of it, aren't you? You just relax there. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
There's tape if you want to put on the headphones. There you go.
I'm very relieved to hear how Mike's voice got really clear there. And we're just jamming on the acoustic guitar now? Kind of weirdly pretty. Okay. Bro. I haven't considered it sounded like a bird. It sounds like water now? It feels like the dentist put like a cassette player with headphones on you and you're like hearing the music, which is like acoustic, while they're like cleaning you up. Kind of nice jams. All things considered, you know, if you're at the dentist, a dissociative trip. A dissociative trip. Kind of really digging on the acoustic guitar sounds throughout this album. This was a weirder one for me, for sure. Like, in an endearing way, but I would only ever listen to this in the context that I decided I wanted to listen to the entire album all the way through again. What's up, Big Cypress? But in fairness, I went back and listened to The Pod by Ween, and that was quite brown, and I don't see why I wouldn't come back and listen to this. Because I am one of the guys that... I am a studio album enjoyer of Phish. I love live Phish, but I'm a studio album enjoyer, and I do like this. Whoa. Fluff's Travels. Okay. You hear the acoustic guitar panning right to left here? they laying some of this stuff down, dude? Huh? How are they doing some of these things? How? My brain's idea of how to use a 4-track isn't this. Does this precede The Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday? Doggone dog. Okay. Do you think that The Girl Is Mine or Doggone Dog is a better song? Listen to this. This is fun.
Walking across the lawn, 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 lawn. Walking across the lawn, 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 lawn. I've been walking across the lawn. I've been walking through the dawn, dawn, dawn.
Kind of Frank Zappa-y here too.
Walking across the lawn, 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 lawn. I've been walking across the lawn, wondering where my dog done gone. Stepped upon a lawn.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It reminds me of the Yellow Snow Suite. Like, for sure.
Wondering where my dog done gone.
It was a big sound check because Paul likes it.
Stepped upon a log, 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 log.
Oh,
Stepped upon a log, 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 log. Well, I stepped upon a log while I was walking through the fog, fog, fog.
The dog had the unmitigated audacity to drop a poo-poo in the lawn. It kind of, like, I feel like I 100% can hear Frank Zappa just coming in with a line.
Stepped upon a log while I was walking through the fog, fog, fog. Stepped upon a log, 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 log.
This song rips, dude.
It was a dog log here, and I knew that she was near, was still steaming.
How is a song about dog poop such a vibe? Get it, Pager? Sorry. I just saw the bit where you were like, I bet this was a hit at Nectar's. Knowing that it's a restaurant that served food, it's kind of a hilarious concept to think, like, what if they were singing about the dog log, you know? It is really funny to imagine. Dang, apparently the stream went down. Let's, bringing it back a little bit. Let's go. I was just saying, get it, Pager. It really does blow me away that it's like so Frank-esque. song absolutely rips. The keys.
Lawn, 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 lawn. I've been walking across the lawn. I've been walking through the dawn, dawn, dawn. Walking across the lawn, 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 lawn. I've been walking across the lawn. I've been walking across the lawn. I've been walking across the lawn. I've been wondering where my dog done gone. Where's my dog gone? Where's my dog gone? Where's my dog gone? Where's my dog gone?
I'm not gonna lie, guys. I unironically think "Doggone Dog" is my favorite on the white tape so far. Not ironic at all. I really think "Doggone Dog" has been my favorite on the album so far.
Dog gone, dog gone, dog gone, dog gone, dog gone, dog.
All right, now it's gonna make me actually run the ad. So I'll be right back. This was hilarious. Yeah, they call it Doglog now. Love it. Doglog is lit. Be right back. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I did not expect the song about a doglog to be my favorite song on this album so far. We've got, it looks like, 4 songs to go on this one, and yeah, then we're gonna see where they would end up by going from the white tape to Evolve. So let's finish her out. He Ent To The Bog. Okay.
Ask me what kind of emotion once asked me what kind of emotion has words to it. Of course it's a hamburger, one in a little large puffy bun with dots on it. Science asked me what the word was. I said, of course, the word is no.
Some guys wants to ask me what kind of a emotion his words were to. Huh? I'm sorry.
Once asked me what kind of emotion has words to it. Of course it's a hamburger, one in a little large puffy bun with dots on it. Science asked me what the word was. I said, of course, the word is node.
Node. Node. Node. Node. Node. Node. Node. Node, 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 node.
Okay.
Node.
No good. Yeah, I'm hearing it now.
Node. Wary. Node. Beats. Wallopate. Node. One. Node. Wary. Node.
You hear the harmonics?
Wallopated. Node. Westward.
And the... Huh.
What is the hamburger's most familiar song? Home on the Range. When do hamburgers most enjoy watching TV? During prime time. How do you make a hamburger green? Find the yellow cheeseburger and mix it with more. Can you name two burgers your loyalty? Sirloin and Burger King. What did the hamburger say?
This reminds me...
Found out that what
Spinal Meningitis by Ween. It took me a few moments, but is anybody else getting that vibe?
during
I don't wanna die.
How do you make a hamburger green? Find the yellow cheeseburger and mix it with more. Can you name two burgers your loyalty? Sirloin and Burger King. What did the hamburger
The bass line in the back.
when it found out that most people like hamburgers better than French
So my guess is this is a Mike song,
Why
huh?
does Sarah Foster Majors love hamburgers? Who knows, but we just wanted to mention the name.
Okay. Kind of changed there. Okay.
How do you insult the hamburger patty? Call it a... Which meatballs get a little tipsy on occasion? The potted. Why do the hamburgers, the potted hot dogs in every sport they play? The potted hot dog filled with what? Potted. How does a burger acquire good taste?
I feel like Mike was a dude that like ate a 10 strip or two in his day. You know what I mean?
The potted, a little seasoning. Potted. How are you and potted related to potted freezers? Potted. These both are unidentified. Potted. Which meatball?
And the reason I was never really like, I think 10 strip is too much. I'm just gonna be honest. Like when you have crossed the line of Lucy's, where like you're seeing the random like hole distortions in your vision, you know, like you're seeing the like the little black holes that kind of like, if anybody is, I think that there's a couple of you at least that know what I'm talking about. But like I feel like when you're doing like a 9 or a 10, like when you just comically too much, you know the things that like are in your vision that somehow you kind of like get sucked into. Yeah, there's the level at which you take that you realize it's actually a simulation, and there's just all of these little voids in your vision that like could suck you in at any given time. Like it's I feel like Mike dance with those voids a lot.
Related to potted freezers. Potted. These both are unidentified. Which meatball?
I don't know another way to describe that, but you know what I'm talking. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like, you know, like, because for me, I felt like when I did too much, there was like those little, I think voids is the only way I know to put it. Like if I poked like into my screen here and like pressed really hard to make it kind of discolor, it's like that happens in your regular vision when you do too much of it. And like there is both like it's overwhelming. Like no matter how cool it can be in moments, like I feel like some things just shouldn't be that cool. You're playing with a real finicky line I think when you've gone that deep. This is kind of nuts though. Dun, 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 dun. This was the brownest Phish song I've ever heard in my whole life. I didn't think that it got brown like this. And I'm actually certain it doesn't again. Run Like an Antelope. Wow. What a contrast. Those lyrical bastards. Antelope evolved, dude. Antelope evolved. the yeah, I was gonna say the scatting in the background I'm kind of impressed with. Is it? It's. Are they doing? It's like Doug. Like I feel like the theme song for the TV show the cartoon Doug. It took some inspiration from this. It is kind of cool to you hear the escalating. I was gonna say it's kind of cool to see that some of like they're still playing, like they still play "You Enjoy Myself," AC/DC Bag, "F Your Face," "The Divided Sky," "Slave to the Traffic Light," "Run Like an," like it's cool to see that these things stayed in the repertoire and evolved. The hilarity of going to like evolve from this is gonna be kind of gnarly. Okay, guitar tone. I'm gonna bring it back. I googled what guitar Phish played for the Trey played for the White Tape, and it says he used an Ibanez MC 150 in Polar White. He also used one on the first guitars, one of the first guitars made by luthier Paul Languedoc. And so the Blonde number 1 was made in November 1987, and let's see. Yeah, so I guess maybe there was a guitar that he played the Languedoc on. But this is what he was playing before that. So it's like, you know, he played I'm guessing that one. Anyways, I just wanted to double check because it occurred to me I had no idea, and the whole time I'd been going crazy. Let's see. "Run Like an Antelope" is one of a collection of songs written by Trey that ostensibly predates, but may be roughly coeval with the birth of Phish. Named after Space Antelope, one of the two bands, Red Tide being the other, he formed while attending the Taft School. The song first appeared on Biovec Juan Demo by Vuoc. I don't know how to say that word. Juan Demo tape Trey recorded in December 1983 with varying levels of assistance from Tom Marshall, Mark Dwabert, Dave Abrahams, Peter Catone, Roger Holloway, and The Dude. Got it. Good to know. The Dude wrote the lyrics. Bivouac. I knew that. Because I knew that Tom. I talked to Tom about Bivouac. Got it. It's weird seeing it spelled. Impressed with the guitar here, but yeah, he definitely evolved. Very Santana-y still. You know, it's interesting because the younger Trey does sound a lot more like a collection of his influences, whereas the older Trey certainly sounds like himself. And I think part of the nature of him is like the ever evolving tone as he's kind of going through the motions in his sets. But he's got certain Trey sounds that are just, when you hear them, they are Trey sounds. It's like you can tell he hasn't quite figured out the sustain thing yet. Like he hasn't quite connected the dots at this point, perhaps. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like he's connected the dots that he can make he never even thought to make a guitar just sustain a note forever, right? Like, or as long as he decides forever is. But it also feels like there's a lot more kind of spit and vinegar into this, right? Like you feel very much like fast psychedelic Jerry Garcia, maybe like the 60s era Jerry, like the early 70s era Jimmy Page, definitely like Woodstock era Santana and some places. Yeah, let's see. There is a while Trey in between 86 and now that is polished and high energy. Best Trey 94 hands down. You think? What I mean, honestly, I'm not equipped to answer. I can tell you like who my personal favorite is right now, but that doesn't matter, right? I have a lot of inexperience. I'm interested. What is your favorite era of Trey? Like, okay, I say that we get some of the beginnings of the long sustain here. This song evolved so much. It's a totally different jam now.
Set the gear for the high gear of your soul. You've got to run like an antelope, out of control. Got to run like an antelope, out of control. Got to run like an antelope, out of control.
It's definitely not the same right here. Like, Run Like an Antelope was one of my, was a super fun song, but it was one of my favorite songs done in a live context. It's a song, like, I will say, I went in with some notions about, like, how some songs sounded because I'd only ever heard them on a studio album, but when I got both Antelope and Piper in a live setting, totally changed my opinions of the songs. Totally evolved. No pun intended. Minkin. Okay.
The paintings of Marjorie Minkin have exploded into the world. Her dynamic.
Did you know Midge is a nickname for somebody named Marjorie? You might call her Midge.
The paintings of Marjorie Minkin have exploded into the world. Her dynamic and flexuous paintings always seem to fit perfectly into that empty space on your wall. The texture of a Minkin painting is so vividly and transient that it seems to reach out into the room and grab you. The colors have been described as, quote, more vibrant than any sunset, unquote. Fellow artists are often amazed by Minkin's work.
Sometimes the edge of a painting will grab me, sometimes a corner, and it will attempt to wrap me up, often succeeding, and suffocate me, and then spit me out.
Who would you say is the single main influence of Minkin's work?
You realize that there's just kind of a nice little acoustic guitar vibe with like some walking bass behind it?
The ubiquitous Smokey.
Marjorie's paintings are influenced by her radical philosophy of art.
Some would say art is from within. You know, a spiritual thing. I don't buy that crap, not for a single second. I would have to say art is from without. A painting is like life. Not your life, not my life. In fact, not life at all.
Now we know.
Who do you consider to be your main influence?
That would definitely be our family cat's ubiquitous Smokey.
Minkin's own mother has been an encouraging and supporting source of encouragement and support. Mrs. Cherry, how do you perceive your daughter's paintings? Drugs are bad, okay?
I think they're absolutely stunning.
Mom, can we go out and buy a Marjorie Minkin painting, please?
After you eat your dinner.
Yes, you can buy your own paintings fresh from the Minkin studio. This month only, bite-sized paintings also available.
Bite-sized?
Minkin, 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 Minkin.
Okay.
Minkin.
An ad for art on a demo tape. Good. I mean, that was fantastic. I really like it. So the closer is 1 minute and 17 seconds, and it's called Letter to Jimmy Page. Whoa. Don't know why that happened. As much as I would like, for my inspiration to flow in token rhyme suggesting rhythm, I want to hear the letter to Jimmy Page. He's got the tone there kind of captured. Nice little squeal there. And this was really good. The white tape was really good. And small little subtext on Jimmy Page. I recently watched an interview with Dean Ween, who is not Jimmy Page at all, but he was talking about Jimmy Page and how he would listen to the bootlegs and like some of the scratch tracks, and how really brown a guitar player Jimmy Page was, and that you would hear all of these like fraps and like crink, dink, dink, and then out of nowhere he would just go like rip a Jimmy Page part, right? And I'd never heard that. I'd only ever heard, like ridiculous amount of times the stuff you hear on the albums. By the way, if you ask me, Physical Graffiti is my personal favorite of the Zeppelin catalog, neither here nor there. But yeah, it was on the Guitar Moves interview, right? So I did that. I went and listened to some of the bootlegs and some of the demo tapes and stuff. And it's so true. Like, it made me feel like so much better a guitar player for my fraps, thinking like, oh, wow, he really did kind of mess around until he just hit that part. And you knew it was like, you could tell, like, when you hear him play, that he's like just trying to do something cool off the cuff and then recreate it. But the amount of times it takes for him to get there. And it's like, I know that there's an element of like, he's kind of just being like, "Urgh," and like forcing those noises because he wants to have a certain energy coming into something. But it was very interesting. And I guess it kind of makes me wonder similarly, like if listening to that letter to Jimmy Page, if maybe Trey was also listening to like the bootlegs and the scratch tracks, and just the stuff that ended up on the Snipping Floor, right? And kind of taking his own inspiration from that. As far as the white tape goes, this is so much more than I thought I was going to enjoy, right? Like, I really thought that this was, I didn't think it was going to be as good, because I knew that it was a bit of a 4-track. I knew it was kind of rough recordings, but this just really does set the tone for what you realize the guys go on to do. I think when you kind of see these songs as seeds, and then they all kind of grow into their own thing, and me having like a bunch of these songs under my belt now, but it also kind of makes you wonder, like in the alternate universe, where do they go if they just decide to be a regular rock band and not a jam band, right? Like, how do these songs go on to evolve if they don't do that? And it's so cool to kind of see where the things start running, especially like when you get to Junta, right? Which I'm guessing it's like 3 years later, 2 years later, when you finally get to Junta and you start hearing what really ends up coming through. It's so cool. They were hyper creative before they jammed and improvised. More jam bands should learn from that. I would agree, and I think that they had fun in their silliness. I think that they, really, I don't know, kind of embraced their artsier side. I think that they liked exploring music, and to me, that's really cool. Especially just seeing their minds as kids. I guess that's really cool. Kind of seeing what the younger version of them thought was cool, thought, what they thought should make it to this. Yeah. I'm definitely, I'm probably going to end up listening to this again, if only just to get a couple more good nuggets. All in all, though, I think Doggone Dog, best song on the album. Best song on the album, without question, fantastic. Bingo, bango. This is their biggest similarity to King Giz, who didn't jam for the first 10 years. Yeah, I would kind of say that, and interestingly enough, I now kind of see maybe some of the earliest reasons why, or some of the, I think I see some of the similarities that people were like pegging, like kind of pegging Ween and Phish into the same category for. Because for the longest time, I couldn't see why people, like, I certainly recognize that there was an overlap between the two, like, bands and followings, but I didn't necessarily know why. And I think a lot of it is because, Phish have stated that they were fans of Ween. But I also maybe that there's like a, where they're from kind of thing. I don't know. This definitely stood out to me though. Anyways, guys, let's go listen to Evolve from here, shall we? Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and one another. And for all of the positivity that you've invested in me since I've really, started listening to Phish. And thank you for letting me, feel welcome. Thank you for, accepting me. Being a fan, it's actually kind of one of the best things that ever happened to me. Like just hearing music I understood, I met her and you guys. Like what Phish has given to my life is really tremendous. And honestly, seeing it at the beginning is kind of awesome. Especially now that I've like been to Burlington, right? Like I know what it was like. I kind of know what the streets looked like. I've walked the streets now. It's a really cool part of my life. Anyways, guys, I love you. And let's go listen to Evolve. Talk to you later. Goodbye. Oh, by the way, be introspective and consider the birds. I almost didn't say that. Almost didn't say my bit. Love yous. Goodbye.